Ever wondered why laughter can coexist with sorrow? Welcome to Couples Journey Blog Series podcast. For this week, we'll be having the series A Good Laugh Until. Today, Ray and Annie share their reflections on happiness and joy from a biblical view. Here's part one.
This week, as we reflect on the laughter shared between husband and wife and meditate on the biblical perspective of not letting overwhelming grief overshadow that joy, it's fitting to take a detour and explore happiness and joy, which commonly delivers laughter. Many of us, including ourselves, believe there's a significant difference between joy and happiness. It's important to be careful with how we use these words, especially when sharing about God, who is the ultimate source of both.
We researched to find reliable insights into the biblical perspective on these terms. It was a relief to discover an article acknowledging the common confusion and guiding us on how to perceive them as we grow in faith and deepen our walk with Christ. Relief, not in the sense of being defensive, but the discovery became an affirmation that our experience of confusion is not just about overthinking. Rather, it was part of our relearning journey with Christ.
Before sharing our initial reflections, let's examine how today's resources define happiness and joy. AI research presented insights that come from faith-based organizations and psychological perspectives. We share this not just to inform, but to strengthen our understanding and embrace the biblical view more fully, recognizing how differently we should perceive these experiences.
According to AI-powered research, happiness is often seen as a fleeting emotion, triggered by external factors like possessions or achievements. Joy, however, is a deeper, more enduring state rooted in a relationship with God and His character. It can be present even in difficult circumstances, stemming from trust in God's provision and hope for the future. AI further explains that happiness is a feeling, while joy is a state of being cultivated through faith. Both are positive, but joy offers a more lasting source of strength and peace, even amidst adversity.
For happiness, fleeting. It's a temporary feeling that can come and go with changing circumstances. External source. It's often linked to things like success, relationships, or material possessions. Subjective. It can be different for each person and can be impacted by things like genetics, personality, or brain chemistry. Not always good. While happiness can be a positive emotion, it can also be tied to selfish desires or worldly things that can be harmful. Example, the feeling of joy when you get a promotion or buy a new car.
For joy, enduring. It's a more stable state of being that can endure even through difficult trials and challenges. Internal source. It's rooted in a relationship with God, His promises, and His character. Objective. It's based on God's faithfulness and the assurance of His provision. God's promise. God promises joy to those who trust in Him and follow His ways. Example, finding joy in knowing that God is in control and will always provide for you, even when faced with hardship.
Isn't that insightful? Do these notes shared on today's web have similarities with your understanding of happiness and joy? Many of us may find our beliefs aligning with these perspectives, but when we turn to the Bible, there are no passages explicitly contrasting happiness and joy. An interview of Desiring God Ministry with Randy Alcorn highlights this, referencing Psalm 92 verse 4 and Psalm 32 verse 11. Psalm 92, verse 4 says, "For you, O Lord, make me happy by your work. I will sing for joy because of what you have done." Psalm 32, verse 11 says, "Rejoice in the Lord and be happy, you who are godly. Shout for joy, all you who are morally upright."
This division, happiness as a superficial, circumstantial feeling, and joy as a deep, lasting one, is common in Protestant theology. However, it shouldn't hinder us from further exploring and experiencing the true meaning of these emotions as God intends. From our own reflection, we realize that our understanding of happiness and joy has been influenced by seasons when we were distant from God. Embracing His true intention for these emotions is part of our growth in Christlikeness. We may find these words interchangeable as great synonyms or even see slight differences in their meanings. But the most important thing is how we anchor both in the doctrine of Jesus Christ.
Tomorrow, we'll delve deeper into the biblical perspective of happiness and joy. By God's grace, we aim to develop a clear understanding that allows us to embrace both, even amid grief. It may sound counterintuitive, but God's wisdom reveals His attributes in every emotion we experience.
Thank you for listening. I hope Ray and Annie's honesty encourages you to rethink how faith shapes joy and happiness. Remember, God's truth meets us in every season, even amid grief. Stay tuned tomorrow as we continue this series and dig deeper into these life-giving truths.